Jacob Sugden faced another setback in Emmerdale, as his ongoing conflict with Dr Caitlin Todd intensified. After their working relationship completely fell apart earlier in the week, Jacob found himself in even more trouble. The popular character has been dealing with mounting stress from his strict and often harsh supervisor, who has only occasionally supported him during his medical training. Despite this, Jacob has made a number of mistakes along the way. His most recent poor decision involved Todd's father, who is hospitalized with advanced dementia. When Jacob realized he had gone into cardiac arrest, he chose to resuscitate him, even though there was a do not resuscitate (DNR) order in place. Although Jacob succeeded in bringing him back, Todd was furious that he had ignored the instructions. In anger, she told him he would fail his training and never qualify as a doctor before demanding he leave. Later, a panicked Jacob accidentally hit Cain Dingle with his car and fled the scene. In tonight's episode of the ITV drama, Jacob was seen talking to Kerry Pollard, who was also dealing with issues involving her husband, Eric. After previously supporting Jacob in his relationship with Sarah, Kerry revealed that she had overheard Todd speaking harshly to him the day before. Jacob asked her not to interfere, but when a similar situation happened during his next shift, Kerry decided to step in. She challenged Todd about the way she had treated Jacob, but the doctor tried to brush it off as a misunderstanding. Kerry refused to back down and warned Todd that she was ready to stand up to her if things escalated. Kerry pointed out the immense pressure Jacob was facing and argued that Todd herself was the real issue, not the job. She even accused the doctor of being a bully, but Todd fired back by highlighting Jacob's mistakes. Todd later told Jacob about her confrontation with Kerry, but he insisted that Kerry's words did not reflect his own views. Pretending to be supportive, Todd sent Jacob home, though it was obvious she had another reason for doing so. She then met Manpreet Sharma at the Woolpack and learned more about Jacob's past involving Maya Stepney. After Jacob later scolded Kerry for interfering, Todd appeared to gain the upper hand in the situation. Earlier this year, when Cain Dingle revealed his cancer diagnosis to his sons, Kyle immediately feared that his dad would die just like his mother. Cain tried to comfort him, even though he was uncertain about what lay ahead. Earlier this week, Kyle discovered Cain unconscious on the road after a car accident, and panic made him think once again that his father wouldn't survive. While dealing with fears about Cain's illness, Kyle also knows there's a strong possibility that Moira Dingle could spend the rest of her life behind bars. In upcoming scenes, his distress over potentially losing his stepmother pushes him to run away from home. Aaron Dingle takes charge of the search for Kyle, but it is Robert Sugden who eventually locates him. Kyle then reveals that he overheard Moira planning to plead guilty during the trial. Feeling increasingly guilty for his role in setting Moira up, Robert decides he must fix the situation. Later, Aaron is shocked when Robert announces that he intends to confess in order to protect Moira. Robert chooses to stay at Butler's for one more night. The following day brings a major development when Cami Hadik traces Ray's old car registration to a storage unit in Houghton. Aaron and Robert rush there, but nearly give up after seeing countless similar units. Thankfully, Marlon Dingle recalls the crucial HSU 107 key from Celia's farm. Once they unlock the correct unit, they discover what appears to be significant new evidence. The question remains, will it be enough to clear Moira's name? Emmerdale sees Robert and Ross join forces in a plan to finally bring Joe down. Ross Barton has often been seen keeping himself occupied at home farm without making much real progress. This time, however, he needs to step up, as he's been handed a chance to put an end to Joe Tate once and for all. Joe has caused trouble for nearly everyone since the beginning of the year. After getting hold of video evidence showing the aftermath of Victoria Sugden killing her brother John Sugden, he used it to blackmail her and Robert Sugden. He warned them that he would hand the footage over to the police unless they gave up their family land. Joe later pressured Robert into planting ID cards from Celia's farm at Butler's, again threatening to expose Victoria if he refused. Because of Joe's actions, the Sugden siblings lost their land, which ultimately led to Victoria leaving the village. Meanwhile, Moira Dingle has spent most of 2026 in prison after DS Walsh discovered the ID cards at her home. She has also been accused of 2 murders after the bodies of Celia and Anya were found on her land. With no evidence to clear her name, Moira decided in tonight's episode that she will plead guilty at her upcoming trial. She explained to Cain Dingle that doing so could result in a shorter sentence than pleading not guilty. As Moira remains in prison and Cain recovers in hospital after a car accident, he realizes someone else must take responsibility for the family. He asks Aaron Dingle to step in and lead the family while he recovers. Back at Butler's, Aaron informs Robert that their priority now must be protecting the family. Robert, who only achieved his dream of becoming a farmer through his involvement with Joe, feels deeply guilty upon hearing about Moira's decision. He goes to Home Farm to inform Joe, who shows little concern about Moira's situation. Ross soon arrives and once again makes it clear how much he despises Joe. This sparks an idea in Robert's mind, and he asks Ross if he would be willing to work together to take Joe down. Considering Ross's track record, their plan could easily fall apart, but there's still hope that together they might finally succeed. Emmerdale sees Charity Dingle struggle with guilt in emotional baby shower storyline. Charity Dingle continues to wrestle with her deception next week, while her granddaughter Sarah Sugden eagerly awaits the arrival of her baby. With the due date approaching fast, Sarah is delighted when Charity decides to organise a baby shower for her. However, the celebration also serves as a way for Charity to distract herself from the guilt of hiding the truth about the baby's real parents. Still unaware of what's really going on, both Jacob and Sarah express their gratitude to Charity for her kindness and support. As the tension builds, the question remains whether Charity will finally admit the truth or keep making things worse by continuing the lie. According to a show insider, Charity is trying to maintain a sense of normality despite everything. In a perfect situation, there would be no secrets, allowing everyone to happily anticipate the baby's arrival. Instead, her guilt continues to grow, and the baby shower becomes a temporary escape, though it won't solve anything long-term. It was previously revealed that the child Charity is carrying for Sarah and Jacob was actually conceived after she slept with Ross Barton. This hidden truth is set to cause major fallout later in the year, potentially putting Charity's marriage to Mackenzie Boyd at serious risk. Earlier this year, producer Laura Shaw hinted that the reality behind Charity's pregnancy will soon be exposed. She explained that Ross, being the real father, remains a secret for now, but the upcoming birth could be the moment everything is revealed. Emma Atkins, who portrays Charity, also commented that the situation reflects past events involving Mackenzie and Chloe, suggesting there are clear similarities. She added that while Charity might feel she has a reason to justify her actions, real life doesn't work that way. She also suggested that it's uncertain whether things can be repaired, but the storyline will unfold gradually, with the truth eventually coming out as secrets rarely stay hidden forever. Emmerdale is broadcast on weekdays at 8 p.m. on ITV1, with episodes also available for streaming on ITVX.